Because it's time for the Story Makers.
Come on into the library. It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth, Shelley and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
Milton! One of the children brought this into the library today.
Oh.
What is it?
A postcard. Let's see. Having a lovely time, weather hot, wish you were here.
Oh, where?
Indonesia.
Where's that?
A long, long way from here.
Oh.
Halfway around the world. Look, this is the world and this is where we live, on this little island up here.
But it's tiny.
Yeah, that's right, the world's a big place. And a long, long way away over here is Indonesia. There are exotic animals, magnificent birds, unusual foods. It's a whole different way of life.
Do they have different stories as well?
I wonder if they do.
Why don't we put the postcard in the story machine?
Yes. And we can have a story about Indonesia.
Good idea. One story from Indonesia coming forthwith. This is where I'm going to need your help. It takes a lot of imagination to get this story machine going. So imagine the story coming alive and join in with the magic words. Imagine a story. It's a tale from Faraway. And the story from Indonesia is called Arjuna and Cakil. Prince Arjuna was walking home after visiting his grandfather. He was followed by his clown servant, Chepot. Cakil, who always bothered people in the forest, saw the two men approach.
How dare you enter my land?
He said.
Please let me pass. I am on my way home,
said Arjuna.
No one enters my land. You must defeat my most magical warrior, Pelos. Pelos, where are you?
Pelos arrived and prepared to wrestle with Arjuna.
Let me save you the trouble, Master. I will wrestle Pelos myself.
The great bout began. Chepot was the winner. Cakil was so shocked to see that his strongest warrior had been defeated that he scuttled away in anger, thinking how best to challenge Arjuna another day. Prince Arjuna now continued his journey home. Followed, of course, by his clown servant, Chepot.
Jackson, I nearly forgot. There was something else I found. Look.
Oh, oh, bells! Lovely.
One of the children left them behind. What do you think they are?
Oh, I don't know. We could ask Milton.
Oh, we could put them in the story machine and see what story comes out.
Oh, do you think we should?
Yes.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Time to use your imagination.
Oh, yes. Are you ready? Imagine a story.
It's a playbook. Great.
And the story's called Indian Dance Class.
It's Saturday morning. That's when Priya goes to her Indian dance class. Priya loves her dancing so much that she gets up very early. Mummy helps her to put on her shalwar kameez, which is an Indian dress. She also helps her tie the colourful dupatta, which is a long scarf. Finally, Priya puts on her sticky bindi very carefully. She has to put the bindi in the middle of her forehead, which is quite tricky. All her friends have bindis too. Priya's teacher is called Paliji. She asks the girls to put on their noisy dancing bells, called gungaroos. But Priya has left hers at home. She is upset because she's the only girl without gungaroos. Paliji tells Priya not to worry and to dance without them.
Maybe you can dance without them.
Today, the class is going to learn some animal movements. These hand movements are called hastak, Paliji explains. They start with the bird. Then the deer. The snake. And the peacock. Priya tries hard to copy her teacher's movements. All of a sudden, someone appears at the door. It's Mummy. And guess what she's got? Priya's gungaroos. Mummy has saved the day. Now, Priya can dance just like everyone else. After all, Priya does want to be the best dancer in the world.
Ah, the fabulous art of terpsichore. That's dancing. Yes. Now, why don't we have another story about Australia?
If I dug a great big, long, enormous hole, would I end up in Australia?
Well, you could never dig a hole that deep.
Oh.
But if you could, you would indeed end up in Australia.
Oh, what's it like?
I think we should use a touch of imagination, and then maybe we'll find out.
Oh.
Story machine, we'd like a story about Australia. Are you ready? Imagine a story. It's a blue cow story. And it's called Blue Cow Goes to Australia.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was watching the other cows chewing grass.
I wonder what animals do on the other side of the world.
She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stopped beside her field.
I'd like a return ticket to the other side of the world, please.
There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for Australia. And then they arrived. When Blue Cow got off the bus, she could hardly believe her eyes. There was a creature with a very long tail, big feet and tiny little front paws, wearing a hat with corks tied around it.
Good day. Do you like my hat? It keeps the flies off. My name's Katrina. I'm a kangaroo.
My name's Blue Cow.
I'm a blue cow. Hey, do you want to play boomerang? Of course you do.
And from her pouch, she produced a funny-looking stick.
Catch!
Shouted Katrina. She threw the boomerang high into the sky. Blue Cow ran after the boomerang as fast as she could. It span and then suddenly circled back to Katrina.
Oh, amazing! A stick that comes back, said Blue Cow. Can I have a go?
She threw the boomerang up into the air. It span and then crash! It landed in a tree.
Oh dear, said Blue Cow. My boomerang won't come back.
No worries. I'll jump up and get it.
Boing! Went Katrina as she tried to get the boomerang out of the branches.
Struth, I can't seem to reach it,
said Katrina.
Oi, you, up in the tree.
Who, me?
Said a small grey koala bear.
Yeah, you.
Can you throw down my boomerang? It's caught in that branch.
Sure thing, mate,
said the koala, and he threw the boomerang back down to Katrina.
Oh, good on you, you little beauty. Do you want to try again, Blue Cow?
No, thanks. I have to go.
Well, like a boomerang, you can always come back again. Cheers, mate.
You'll never guess where I've been. Where have you been?
I've been to Australia and played boomerang with a kangaroo.
Everyone knows cows can't go to Australia. But we know they can, don't we?
Boing, 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 boing.
What in the name of my Auntie Ermintilda are you two doing?
We've been kangaroos. Boing, boing,
You want to be one too?
Well, of course I do. But look.
Oh, here comes the sun.
Oh, the children will be here soon.
Indeed, it's time for all story makers to be hidden away. The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye.
Boing, 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 boing.
Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.